there, super coach. So you're here because you want to know how much do business coaches and life coaches make. That probably means that you're either in the industry and wondering if what you're making is comparing with what's possible, or you're thinking about getting in the industry and want to know what your options are for how much you're really going to make. And at the end, I'm going to show you what the business structure looks like for coaches who are making under 6 figures, coaches who are making 6 to 7, and also what the business structure looks like for coaches who are making over 7. So you're going to want to make sure you stay for the whole video. Walker, and I really love that you're interested in coaching because I truly am passionate about this industry. I love it. You get to build a really profitable business, get to help people that you absolutely love and enjoy working with, and you get to have a fair amount of control over your schedule. However, there are a lot of broke coaches out there that are really fronting and trying to make it look like they are more successful than they actually are. This was, probably 5 years ago. I was at that point doing just under, I think I just was a smidge under $500,000 in annual sales. And I went to this big event, and it was a big event where they probably had 100 different speakers there. And as I was there, I was watching all of them speak on stage. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. They know so many things. They've got this all together. And then we go back into the green room and we start talking. And I was really, really shocked because I was out earning all but a very small handful of people that were there. Like the majority of them were making less than I was. And I remember just being so shocked because when you looked at it from the front end, like from what was on social media and the designer clothes and all of these different things, like they all looked like $1 million businesses. And the reality was there were people there who they hadn't even broken 6 figures yet. Like they were just doing 5 figures. And it is hard to tell the difference from the outside. And what I really want for you to get out of this video is an understanding of what it takes to build a profitable coaching model. Because I'm going to answer the question, what do coaches make? And then I'm going to show you why that doesn't have to be the case for you. Because I don't think you're going to be too excited about the numbers.
I reviewed the numbers myself. Over time, with enough volume, we become profitable.
Okay, so before we talk about the numbers, we have to acknowledge that there are different types of coaches. So there are struggling coaches, there are side hustle coaches, there are full-time coaches, and there are full-time but running it like a business. Another couple really important things are that sales is not income. So when you hear coaches talking about doing a 6-figure business, are they selling 6 figures? Are they making 6 figures? There's a big difference because when I was selling just under, $500,000 in sales, I wasn't making that. I was making just under $200,000 in sales. The other thing that I want you to understand is profitability and tax strategy. So sometimes the 7-figure coaches where their business is doing $1 million a year are only reporting 6 figures in income because they have a really good tax strategist who is helping them to divert their wealth into investments that are not taxable. So there is more to this picture than what these numbers are going to represent. I am going to share the numbers with you. I feel like I'm turning into one of those videos where they keep telling you they're going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you it right now. But then after, I really want to talk through the business strategy that it takes to hit the different benchmarks in your business. Okay, here we have it. Life coaches. If we look at the International Coach Federation study in 2020, the average life coach in the US and Canada earns a salary of $62,500. The average global life coach salary is $47,000. The average business coach salary is $84,328, but it typically ranges between $71,000 and $102,000. Now, I will personally tell you, I know a lot of people who are moving beyond that. And so that's what I really want to talk about because let's be honest, running a business is a lot of work. It's really a lot of work. And I feel like the reward needs to be worth it. There's got to be enough in there that it makes sense that you're going to spend so much time working on your marketing and your sales. And, it's not the easy path. It's the rewarding path. It's the challenging path. But it's not the easy path. So I do feel like we should be making more than $62,000 a year or more than $84,000 a year. So why do some coaches make money and other coaches don't? It's not like a popularity contest. It's more of a strategy creates results type of a system. So I think the first thing is that people are willing to pay high amounts for results. So So the coaches that create better and more consistent results for their clients are the ones who tend to be higher paid. They can charge higher fees because they have the evidence to back up that they can support that and generate results to make that make sense.
I'm going to buy $1 million worth of paper products today.
Now, the next thing, and you can love this or hate this, but it doesn't make it any less true, it's your business systems, your ability to market and sell. If you are good at client attraction, you're going to make more. Some of the best coaches I know are actually terrible at marketing and sales. Now, they're not marketing and sales coaches, but they are really good coaches in other areas, like maybe brilliant life coaches. It doesn't matter if you are the world's best, most transformative coach. If you can't successfully market and sell and attract and convert clients, you're not going to make it past the six-figure mark. Like if you can market and sell and create good results with your clients, that's the formula for being a six-figure coach. I feel like I'm giving away spoilers. We'll go into it a little bit more here in a minute, but that's really the basics of it. Now, beyond that, the ones who get deeper into the six-figure range and the ones who go into the seven-figure range, that has to do with their business model. So we're gonna actually go into what does a business look like that is doing six figures? What does a business look like that is doing high six figures, and what does a business look like that is in the seven-figure, multi-seven-figure range? The biggest difference between the three is their structure. It's not even talent of the person, it really is structure. So I don't really want to talk about the structure of the smaller than six-figure businesses because the reality is it's not a structure issue, it's a problem. There is a problem if your coaching business isn't at six figures or beyond. You either have something broken in marketing, you have something broken in sales, or your clients are not getting good results. That's it. Unfortunately, there are people who don't have the consistently good results, but they're really good at bringing clients in and they're making a lot of money. I'm not focusing on that because that is not the type of coach that I want to help and support coming into our industry. I'm looking for the people who are here to do great things for their clients and help a lot of people.
The most sacred thing I do is care and provide for my workers, my family.
So now let's talk about the multiple six figures, like the 250 and beyond. The difference there is that they have some structure and some systems and some team members in place that allow them to work beyond their own capacity. I am only one person. I only have so many hours in a day. And out of my hours in a day, some of it is dedicated to being an author. Some of it is dedicated to being a mother. Some of it is dedicated to drinking water. So there's not an endless amount of Amy Walker to go around. The way that businesses build into the deep six-figure range is that they start to build systems that allow them to duplicate their efforts, and they start to build teams. My first year in business, we did 112. The second year, we were selling the same programs, same price points, pretty much everything was the same, but we did 440,000. The difference was I built a sales team. I mean, that was really the difference. The first year I had a little bit of help. I think I had 2 virtual assistants that worked very part-time because I had 5 little babies at home from newborn to 6th grade. So I really needed a little bit of help. I couldn't do it all on my own. So that was the first year. The second year we built a sales team and we jumped up to 440,000, like right off the bat. It was crazy. So that structure of being able to have some support in your marketing and being able to have some people who are closing besides you is really what it takes to get into the deeper six-figure range. And then systemization of your business. So you have to have processes in place and you have to have some automation built in place because it can't all be reliant on you remembering what to do. Now, the 7-figure business model, the difference between the 6 and the 7 is like they just go, it's funny, there's this little hump that you have to get over and then you can kind of ride that wave for a pretty long time. So 7-figure businesses all have paid advertising and they spend a good bit on advertising to get their clients. So they're no longer doing free marketing. They all have sales teams. They also all have fulfillment teams. So when you look at a 7-figure coaching practice, you are not working directly with that head person who started the business. Your clients are going to be working with other coaches that work with them, and then your role is to be the face and the voice of the company. This is one thing that I have been on the fence about for a while because the first time that I started to scale my business towards 7 figures, I took on that business model where I was now running the company. I was functioning as the CEO, and then I was the face and the voice of the company. And I'm going to be honest with you, you, I didn't like it at that point in time, because what I really loved the most at that point in time was I loved interfacing with clients. So then I decided that we were going to scale to 7 figures by doing the exact opposite, and I was going to do really high level, very involved consulting work. And so all of my clients were paying me like $36,000 to $56,000, and we had less clients, but I was working really involved with them. And I didn't like that either, because I felt like I had like 10 different jobs. And so I do want you to find your path for growth. Where are you really, really happy? I remember the year that we were buying this house. You know, when you're self-employed and you're buying a house and getting a mortgage, they ask for like literally everything short of your bra size. They ask for everything. And so I'd been through all this documentation, and now we're getting ready to, you know, sign the papers. And I remember my loan officer sitting there, he's like, so what do you do? And I was like, well, I do business coaching. He goes, yeah, you do a lot of it, obviously, but like, what actually do you do?
What are you doing right?
And at that point in time, we were sitting just under $500,000. I think we were at like 496, but I made like half of it was my profits. Now, I will never make that mistake again, because we paid way too much in taxes and we should have had a better strategy. But that year, that was where we were at. And he was so blown away by how profitable we were and how much money we were actually making. And we weren't $1 million business owner. Like, there are $1 million business owners that are not paying themselves more than what I had paid myself that year. So I think it's important not to just go for the number, but to really understand what you want. And I'm going to be honest, I still want interface with my clients. Like, for me, when I am completely removed from coaching, the joy is kind of gone. So how much can you make in this industry? Depends. What are you willing to do? You know, like, are you willing to learn the skills of running a business? Because if what you really love is just helping people and you don't want to run a business, then find someone like me and go ask if you can work for them. So now you know how much do life and business coaches make. The next video that you're going to want to watch is how to get to consistent 10K months. This is a really critical space in your business, and honestly is what's going to push you past that 6-figure mark that we've been talking about. I'm Amy Walker. Thanks for watching BLEEP Business Coaches Say.